Let's get right into this review for The Fantastic Four First Steps. Alright, so this is the official debut film for the Fantastic Four characters in this Marvel Cinematic Universe, directed by Matt Shakman. And I believe this is also the first MCU film to kick off Phase 6, which will inevitably lead up to Avengers Doomsday. Now, what did I think about the cinematic experience here? I thought this was fantastic. Four Fantastics? The Fantastic Four. In all seriousness though, this is probably one of the better Marvel films I've seen ever since Spider-Man No Way Home. Also, I was pleasantly surprised with how well the screenplay holds up as a standalone film, which definitely gets some bonus points from me. This was a pretty darn solid screenplay that kept me captivated throughout the action and the drama within all of its story beats. Sometimes though in Act 2, I did think the drama did drag on longer than it needed to, especially with how the conclusion panned out in some of these pivotal moments. But other than that, I had myself having a fun time for the majority of this 1 hour and 55 minute runtime of this film. The mix of tension, drama, action, and visual storytelling were all above satisfactory, and even left me impressed in some of the more climactic scenarios. Also, it was fun seeing the entire cast of Fantastic Four playing off of each other. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach gave off a natural family presentation, and I love witnessing their dynamic on screen together and seeing all of their distinct personalities and actions on how to handle a particular situation. And so I thought the entire cast nailed their roles here. The usage of the antagonists were great as well. Julia Garner stood out as the Silver Surfer, and I enjoyed her character moments. And generally speaking, the villains definitely added moments of tension and impending doom throughout the acts, which is always a welcome addition to superhero films if done correctly. And overall, I thought all the characters involved were nicely balanced out for the sake of this story. I also enjoyed that this wasn't an origin tale that starts at the very beginning. Similar to the recent Superman film by James Gunn, this film starts off when the Fantastic Four already established themselves as superheroes, and there's a history of them fighting some previous villains and handling other conflicts throughout their early superhero career. With that being said, I still thought most aspects of the storytelling played out smoothly, and there's enough effective summaries to flesh out their origin, but to also keep the ball rolling without losing too much steam. My final score for the Fantastic Four First Steps is 8.5 out of 10. This was a pretty darn good film. I'm actually really excited to see the future usage of the Fantastic Four, and I'm left ecstatic to see the impending Doomsday to come. Marvel is slowly and steadily getting back on track, especially after this film, so I'm optimistic for the future. Anyways, thanks for checking this movie review out. I'll have more coming out next week, so stay tuned, and I shall see you on my next upload. Until then, stay safe out there, and peace.